Can we start with a very stupid question? What's entertainment for you?
What is entertainment for me? Anything that keeps my attention, I suppose. Um, Sitting and watching the world go by and people watching is entertaining. Um, it's all entertainment. You know, the minute that you step out of your room or in your room and you're on YouTube watching whatever that you're watching, um, it's all entertainment. What's entertainment for you?
I think mainly good music because I love music and I think you do as well.
Yeah.
But I find really entertaining your album because it doesn't fit in any category of contemporary music or in more than one different style. And so, how did you choose the sound of each song? Because each one is really different from the other one.
Well, yeah, it
And
doesn't.
why did you choose
It
that
doesn't.
kind
It doesn't sound that contemporary. You're right, and I realised that I'd written 70 plus songs for this album, maybe 75, maybe 80, and at the end of it, I was like, yeah, I want to get this commercial album. I want it to be a commercial success. And then I listened to it back, and then I listened to the radio, and I was like, oh, it doesn't sound like anything on the radio. Is that a good or a bad thing? I'm not sure. How did I choose the sounds for this album? I want it to be a theatrical experience. I want the lyrics to be interesting. I want the songs to be thought-provoking and entertaining and not jarring, or maybe a little bit jarring. That's what I set out to do for this album. I wanted to make 10 singles, and I think I did. There's 11 tracks on the album, but I made 10 singles.
Can we say that you are playing more in the field of Frank Sinatra, generally speaking, than in the one of Justin Timberlake? I mean, your way of doing the show is the show as I'm an old guy, I'm 58, and I understand that the show is something like you did, and not exactly the one many people do today that is little like this. You try to do the show in the biggest way. Is that true?
Yeah, all of my when I, all of my heroes are theatrical. Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Elvis, Tim Curry from Sweet Transvestite.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have an act. The Rocky Horror Show, if it wasn't for the Rocky Horror Show, I don't think I'd have an act. So my references are a lot older than obviously Justin Bieber's will be. And my references are all from the old style entertainers. Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire, your Frank Sinatra's, Dean Martin, like I've said before. Yeah, so I think my references are a bit different than Justin Bieber's.
So how much is difficult to do contemporary music in this way? I mean, if I can say one thing, the album is great because no one expects the next song, but does it fit to your way of looking at the people that listen to you? Sorry for my English.
It's okay.
Young people, old people, everybody, no one.
Yeah, like I said, it was only after the album that was finished, and I really thought I got a commercial album. I was like, yeah, I've commercially got this. And then I listened to the radio and I was like, oh, I've commercially got it. If this is 2002, I don't know about 2016. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. Who knows? I've just tried to write big choruses, big interesting ideas, big interesting lyrics, and hopefully I've achieved that, and hopefully it will find a home one way or the other. And I hope it finds a home in lots of homes.
Who is Robbie Williams today in 2006.
2016, it was Robbie Williams.
How do you see yourself?
How do I see myself? I see myself as father, husband, entertainer, guy full of neuroses and worry, guy that's happy also at the same time. I see myself as a hard worker, and I see myself as a dad that goes to work to support his family. And because of that, because of the family, my job makes more sense than it ever has.
Have you ever thought, the first time we spoke was in 1997, was a phoner from Italy, for your first solo album.
Right.
At that time, have you ever thought to become the Robbie Williams of today? Was I mean, something you went along to arrive there?
No, in 1997, as we all are, I suppose, we're all making it up as we're going along, hoping to be somebody, hoping to make a success out of our lives. And I kind of been told by the press who I am and what I am. And in 1997, to be the guy that I am today, I've been very fortunate and been very lucky to still be here, to be still interviewed by people like your good self. But no, I couldn't foresee this.
So, what kind of thing you discovered with music in this work and in this art? There is something that made you a better man as you sing.
I don't know. It's a bit of a difficult question to answer. What have I discovered about myself with the music? I don't know. I get up, I go to work, I want to sing, want to entertain, I want to be the conduit for a good time. I seem to have been successful in doing that so far. I'm very lucky. I still have my health. And I'm blessed to have the wife that I have. I'm blessed to have the children that I have. I seem to be doing okay.
What about the collaboration with Guy Chambers? So, how did it work for this album?
How did it work for this album? The collaboration with Guy Chambers, like all the other albums have worked. I get in a room with Guy, he plays something and I sing over the top of it.
Like two young lads that like to write music.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen Guy as being a young lad, though. Guy's always been like an older brother, semi-mentor to me. And we're both, in the same place. We're both dads, and we both have families, and we're trying desperate. Well, we both have egos, and our egos are forever bruised, and we want to heal those bruised egos by writing hits, or write into the best of our abilities. So, it's the same as it ever was with me and Guy. We're opposing personalities that seem to mesh well.
I didn't saw the show on the Apple Festival, but everybody was amazed about the fact that you are stronger than ever in the live show. So, what's the next for the tour? What are you preparing for the live part of this work?
Same as ever with the live shows. I want to go out there and give people value for money. I want to give them the strongest performance that I can give every evening. I have a duty to not let people down, and I have a duty to be the conduit of a good time, and I take that responsibility very seriously. Even the responsibility of that sort of then makes me go to bed for the next 48 hours until I have to do it again. And I don't want to let myself down. I don't want to let the fans down. And, you know, I am the entertainer or an entertainer. And it is my duty to represent myself in the best way possible. And I aim to please, which I don't think is the coolest thing that you can say, but I do. I aim to please.
But can we say that it's not so light entertainment these days? Because to entertain people in difficult times is more difficult than when everything is
Well, I don't think there's...
right.
Listen, I don't think there's ever been easy times on the planet. I don't think I've ever lived through a time of a peaceful planet. But, you know, I'm in stadiums full of people with tens of thousands of faces looking at me, tens of thousands of expectant faces, and I don't think it can get any heavier than that. And this is the Heavy Entertainment Show. Welcome to the Heavy Entertainment Show.